updated makeup tutorial, you guys. My skin. I'm gonna eat before we get into the video. First ever sin. Yeah, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely see you guys in my next one. See ya. Hey loves, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Janae. If you're not new here, then hey love, thank you so much for coming back, tuning in and sticking with your girl for another video. Happy New Year, everybody. Today is January 4th. This is my first video of the new year. I'm actually a little nervous. I have no idea why. I'm super excited for this 2025 new year. We gained 77 subscribers in the month of December. I am so grateful to every single last one of you guys who decided to subscribe. I hope you guys stick around. If you read that title, then you know what we finna get into, y'all. I'm doing a story time 2025, y'all. It's just all bangers, all bangers. We doing story times. We doing everything new. I'm going 10 times harder this year. Make sure you guys subscribe, join the family. We are still on the road to 500, so let's get there. Subscribe. By the time this video comes out, we might be there already, because we are at 498, and I've been gaining like a new subscriber each day, so I wouldn't be surprised if by the time I posted this video we got there. But if we do, thank you. If not, subscribe, get us to that goal of 500, y'all. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, you guys. Join the growing family. Yeah, let's just get right into this story time of how I found out my ex cheated on me and got the girl pregnant. Okay, before we get into the story time, this is just for entertainment purposes. I'm totally over this man, this whole situation. I'm just, like I said, 2025, I'm doing things that is gonna get my channel to grow. Me and this man, we gotta find a name for him. Brian. Okay, we're gonna call him Brian, and we're gonna call the girl Emily. I don't know, I wanted to come up with something more hateful, but I'm just not even that girl. We're gonna call her Emily, and we're gonna call him Brian. Okay, me, Brian, and Emily, we all worked at the same place. I met Brian in April, and Emily never really like had any interaction with her. We didn't work the same shift, so we just, you know, I would just see her come in for work. Like, she was really nobody to me until this situation. So yeah, me and Brian met in April. I was working a shift, and he came up to me and was like, are you talking to anybody? I was like, no. And then he asked for my number. I gave him my number. We talked for like that day or that night, and then I didn't text back, y'all. Mainly because prior to meeting him, I had been single for 3 years already, and I just still was, I don't know, not really feeling a relationship, I guess. I don't know, I just wasn't in the mood. So, and then a few weeks later, I ended up working night shift with him, and I can't remember if Emily was there, but I ended up working night shift with him, and I just realized working night shift that he was kind of cute, and he was nice. He was helping me out. He I don't know, like, he was just extra nice. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I was like, okay, he's actually cute, and he's a little funny. So I'm gonna text him back. In my mind, after working night shift with him, that I was gonna make up some excuse and text him. Either that night or the next day, I texted him with some excuse of why I never texted back. He was like, it's fine, it's okay. And we went from there, y'all. He would come into work, because I worked morning shift, he worked afternoon. So when he came into work, he would like bring me Starbucks. He took me to the movies to see Little Mermaid. I had been wanting to see the new Little Mermaid movie, so he took me to see that. I had been staying the night at his house, y'all. Like, when he would come into work, he would give me his house keys so I could just go to his house straight after my shift. Like, I had clothes there at this point. Like, things weren't official, but they were like official. Like, we was acting like boyfriend or girlfriend. So one day he texted me. He was like, I got a question. I was like, what? He was like, would you get my name tatted? I was like, yeah, but like, am I your girlfriend? He was like, yeah. So that's how we established that, y'all. I should never even went for that, y'all. Like, I should never even went for that. If a man can't ask me directly, can I be their girlfriend? I'm not going for that ish no more. Yeah, this was my first real relationship, y'all. He would pay for my hair. I would pay for his haircuts. He would pay for my nails. Whatever I asked, really, he would buy. And like I said, I was at that man's house damn near every night. We was falling asleep on the phone when I wasn't there. Like, we was like this in the beginning. For the first 5 months, we was locked in. Yeah, for the first like 5 months, we was like this, y'all. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing about that man. Even my mom, y'all. This man had my mom fooled. Like, when men would holler at me on the street, my mom was the first one to be like, she got a good man. Her man take care of her. She got a good man. She don't want you. Like, that's how serious this relationship was. Even though they hadn't met, she just seen like how he was treating me, how happy I was, how I was like taken care of when it came to my nails, feet, hair, anything I needed, really. No suspicions of anything until I had worked night shift again one time, and Emily was there. And this time, since I was messing with, like, this was my man by this point, I paid more attention, and I realized that Emily was laughing at all this man's jokes, even the jokes that weren't funny. This girl was laughing at. So of course, women's intuition, that was strange in my eyes. I'm like, that's not even funny, but this bitch a kiki keying at every single little thing. I don't remember when or what like day this was, but one of my work friends came into work that day and we were talking, and I don't remember how the conversation got brought up, but she basically had told me that before me and him had made it official, she basically had noticed some stuff during, because she used to work night shift with them, so she basically told me that he would help her out with like her closing tasks, and they would like flirt or whatever. So yeah, she was basically giving me a heads up, basically saying that like, hey, you should watch out for Emily and what I name him? Brian. You should basically watch out for Emily and Brian, because when I used to work with them on night shift, it was like a flirtatious vibe. So yeah, that's what basically started a suspicion and confirmed my thoughts that she liked him or they liked each other, but still he hadn't really given me a reason to not trust him. So yeah, I can't remember why, but after that situation, I was a little suspicious, so I just wanted to see like if they followed each other on Instagram. I didn't know this girl's Instagram or nothing, but I knew her name. I typed her name in. um no, did I? I didn't know her name, but I didn't even have to type her name into the search bar, because this is how good God just be on my side. I remember now when I went to see who he followed, she was one of the first girls that popped up. I didn't even have to search nothing. She was one of the girls that first popped up. Clicked it and I seen that it was her. So yeah, that was like a red flag to me, but still didn't really say nothing about it. Rumors around work were she had got shot, so that's why she wasn't at work. I don't remember why I wanted to go through his Instagram or how I even got into his Instagram, but I remember getting into his Instagram, seeing that he had sent her a DM saying like get better soon or something like that, and he had also sent her some like reels that he thought was funny. And that was like suspicious to me as well, because that's something that he did to me, like funny reels or things that he found funny, he would send to me. So that right there showed me that they were more than just work friends. I remember questioning him about that, and he told me that they're just friends. She likes him, but he doesn't like her. So yeah, that's another red flag, y'all. I should have, mind you, this is in my eyes, this is my first real relationship, y'all. I don't want to say dumb, but naive in love. Didn't really know my worth all the way. Definitely didn't really know my worth all the way 100% because I just went for too much ish that I would never, ever, ever go for it now. So yeah, after that incident where I seen that he had sent the get well soon DM and he was sending her like funny funny videos that he thought was funny, my suspicion kind of went up. But again, I'm thinking I'm just trying to like trust him, because again, he's telling me that she likes him. People at work kept telling me stuff, telling me to watch my back. This one specific manager, y'all, he kept coming to me with little stuff. I can't remember, but because this whole thing was just hectic, y'all. Mind you, my father passed that same year that I had got into this relationship, so year is really just like a blur to me. But yeah, people kept telling me stuff. This one specific manager kept bringing stuff up to me and I just brushed it off because this one specific manager, he was known for stirring stuff up. And again, I had no proof that this man was cheating on me besides those DMs that had been sent. Like, he was still falling asleep on the phone with me every night. I was still over his house dang near every weekend. Like, I had no reason not to trust this man. He played a real good game on me because I should have believed the whispers and the shit that people was telling me because y'all, it was all true. Yeah, that was probably around like July where that stuff was going on. August, we was cool. Like I said, still had no real proof, no real reason not to trust him. September, still had no real reason not to trust him. He came to my birthday. Did he buy me a gift? I think he just gave me money. Or got my nails done. I can't remember. So now we're in October, y'all. October is when things start to like hit the fan. So one specific incident that I remember I felt disrespected is his night shift, they were going on a work trip. And remember, Emily worked night shift with him, so obviously she was going on the work trip as well. And I was invited to the work trip because I was his girl. He invited me. Obviously, if my man invited me, I'm gonna go. But I couldn't even go, y'all, because I had to go to I was going back to Washington State for my brother's senior night. This time when they were planning the trip, we didn't know, like, well, yeah, I didn't know what dates I was going out there to a senior night. I just knew that there was a possibility that I might not be able to go to the King's Dominion trip. And I really did want to go because I knew Emily was going to be there and Emily liked my man. So yeah, I brought it up to him. I was like, I don't want you to go to this King's Dominion trip if you're telling me that Emily likes you and y'all are all finna go on a trip together. Like, I don't no, I don't mess with that. I don't like that. And this man told me that even if I can't go, he's still gonna go. Like, he don't care. Another red flag, y'all. If a man, that's disrespect. Man liked me. Brian wouldn't want me going out on no trip, no nothing, hanging out around them. He didn't even like when I went to go hang out with my, can you say? He didn't like it when I hanged out with my friend who likes guys. I'm gonna say that. He didn't even like it when I hanged out with my friend who liked guys. So obviously I know that if I hung out with somebody who liked me, he wouldn't like that either. But he was not giving me that respect, and I was pissed, y'all. Him going on this trip was something that we argued back and forth with for a minute. My argument was, I don't want you going on no King's Dominion trip with no girl that likes you. I don't give a flying freak if you're telling me that you don't like her back. I don't want you going. His argument was, it's not my fault that you can't go. I'm going regardless. So yeah, moved on in the relationship as normal. Still had no evidence that this man was cheating. He was still like this. The only hiccup that we had was that disagreement and the little whispers that were going on, but I never brought those like whispers to him because, like I said, this was my first real relationship. I was trying to be a grown woman about it. Like, I was trying to go about this the right way and not act off nothing without having any evidence. So the stuff that I did find out, I acted on it, but I still didn't stand my ground because, like I said, y'all, When he said that he was going, no matter how I felt about it, I should have broke up with him right then and there. Like, know your worth. Don't be like me. Stand your ground. So y'all, Emily knew that me and Brian were together. She just did not give a flying freak. I have got to make that known because it's some girls, y'all know that. It's girls out here who just don't care. They know your man in a relationship and they just don't care. They don't have that self-respect. Or maybe they just don't think that they could get their own, or they just like having somebody else's. I don't know what the issue is, but Emily knew that Brian was my man, and Emily did not give a flying freak. Still to this day, have no idea when Brian and Emily even started messing around. But fast forward to October 19th, y'all, my father passes. Either the next day or the day after, we were on the phone. Looking back now, things that was weird because he kept calling me and then saying, hold on, I'm gonna call you back, and then calling me again and then doing the same thing. And that was the first time he ever did that, but he kept saying that his uncle was calling him, so I just believed it. But then he never called back. So a little while had passed and I went to text him to see what was going on. And his location was off. I wasn't sharing mine anymore. My messages weren't sending. My calls were going straight to voicemail, and I realized I was blocked. So I went to his IG, and I realized that I wasn't blocked on IG, so I sent him a DM thinking that it was like a mistake or something. His phone must have died, or I don't know. I sent him a DM, not even saying, hey, did you block me? I can't remember what I said, but I sent him a DM, and then he blocked me on there too. So that's when I realized that, oh yeah, he's done with me for some strange reason. For some strange reason, he's trying to go ghost on me. So yeah, he goes ghost on me. I went crazy, y'all. My heart literally dropped. I was going through so much at that time, grieving my father, thinking, how could this man do this to me? Like, going crazy, like, what did I do? Like, blaming myself. I'm texting him off. That fly is really pissing me off. I texted him off my mom's phone. I texted him off both my mom's phones. I texted him off my sister's text now. I think I made a few text nows as well, and a couple Instagram pages. Like, I was blowing this man's phone up. Blowing this man's phone up, y'all. Do not be like me, because he literally blocked me off every platform that I texted this man off of. He blocked me. And part of me wanted to know, like, what happened, like, what went wrong, and part of me was grieving my father, y'all. So I feel like grieving my father and losing him that close to him going ghost on me was also a big part of why I was just like, how could you do this to me? And I just told you that I lost my father. I was going through it, y'all. I was texting him off so many different platforms. He blocked them all. He was really playing mind games with me, because I remember like him texting me saying he was sorry and then blocking me like right after that. And so yeah, I broke my heart all over again. But then the day before my flight to Washington State, this is all in October, y'all. So yeah, the night before my flight to Seattle, I pulled up to his house and we talked, and he just kept saying how he messed up. That's all he kept saying. He was like, he fucked up, and I just kept asking him all these questions like, how did you fuck up? What did you do? Did you get somebody pregnant on me? Said no. I was like, okay, did you like do something that could put you in jail? He was like, no. Or no, he actually said if it gets into the wrong hands or something. He was like, maybe. And so I was like, and I was like, did you cheat on me? He was like, no. But he just kept saying, I fucked up, and I don't want to bring you into it. That's why I blocked you. And I was like, but you can't tell me like why. And he was like, no, I just fucked up and I'm sorry. Y'all, this man had tears in his eyes and everything. I swear. I don't swear to God, because I just don't do that. But I swear, y'all, this man had tears in his eyes and everything. So that's another reason why I took him back, y'all. After that, I took him back. I was like, okay, just don't block me again. Like, it's okay. We can get through this. Whatever happened, we gonna get through this. Like, it's okay. You gonna be all right. Every scenario that I came up with, y'all, he said no to all of them. He just said that he fucked up. He didn't want to drag me into the mess with him. And that's why he blocked me. So long story short, y'all, after that conversation that we had the day before my flight, I took him back. Now we're in November. I had to leave for my father's funeral, y'all. Everything was cool. I still had like a little suspicion towards him. Like the relationship wasn't how it was like this, but I still wasn't thinking that he was like cheating on me. So yeah, while I was out there, he told me that he needed money for this apartment application. Him and his roommate were trying to move into a bigger spot. And so I told him, you know, being his girl still, you know, trying to work things out, still trying to be his ride or die. I told him that I would help him with the apartment application after my father's funeral, because we were talking about this the day of my father's funeral, y'all. The day of my father's funeral, this nigga was venting to me about his issues. And yeah, I told him that I would help him after my father's funeral. And once I purchased our train tickets back home, I would send him whatever I had left to help him with to help him apply for the apartment that he really wanted. He never told me that it was a certain time that he was going to the office, so in my eyes it was fine for me to take my time, because mind y'all, this day that everything is supposed to be happening out there with him and his apartment application and stuff, I'm burying my father on this day. Like his funeral is literally that day. So I'm thinking, I told him that I would send it after his funeral and after I purchased our train tickets. I didn't think that I was on a time limit to send the money for an application, because he never told me that he was going up to the office at a certain time. He never told me that. All he told me was that he needed the money for the application. So I'm thinking it was okay for me to take my time. So later, after everything's calmed down, once the funeral's over and I'm just chilling over my I don't even want to call that girl my grandma. That's another story for another day. After I'm chilling over my dad's mom's house, I texted him and I was like, I bought our tickets. How much do you need? Da da da. And he was like, it's too late. He was supposed to go up to the place at 5, and he was basically mad about it. And I was like, oh well, I'm sorry. I didn't know you needed it by a certain time. Was really, really, really pissed that I didn't send the money on time. After that incident where basically I didn't keep my word in his eyes and help him with his apartment application, he started acting so differently, y'all. He said that he couldn't trust me, he couldn't depend on me, and that he wanted space. I come back home from New Orleans and I wanted to see him, but he didn't want to see me. And he said that he said that he would see me that weekend. And that was strange to me, y'all, because again, we're not falling asleep on the phone anymore at this point. He had blocked me in October. Still didn't want to follow me on Instagram, didn't want me to follow him. Mind you, I knew that he had the app. So my suspicions are just going up. Like, they just keep going up. And now he's acting funny and he's trying to use me not helping him out with the apartment application as an excuse. And y'all, I'm really blaming myself, y'all. At this point in time, I'm really blaming myself. Like, I'm sorry I couldn't help you out. Like, I didn't know there was a time limit. Like, I'm really trying to get my man back and gain his trust back. Like, so anyways, I came back from New Orleans. He didn't want to see me. He said that he would see me that weekend. And I'm kind of thinking that's strange, because every other trip that I had taken in this relationship, he wanted to see me like the next day I came back, and if he could, that night. The fact that he didn't want to see me that next day and wanted to wait till the weekend was a little strange to me. But again, I'm thinking that it's just because he's mad and he wants space. But I was still kind of like brushing it off because I had no real proof that he was cheating. I just felt that things weren't the same, and things weren't the same. Like, when it came to us falling asleep on the phone, when it came to how much I seen him or how much he wanted to see me, things just weren't the same. Mind you, I was a good girlfriend, y'all. I cooked for this man. This man would ask me to cook him certain things, and I would cook for him. If you go back into my YouTube videos, you can see I was cooking for that man, y'all. It was one point in time where he told me that he was having people over, and I cleaned up his room for him. I remember in the beginning of our relationship, I thoroughly like deep cleaned his bathroom. His bathroom was filthy dirty, and I deep cleaned it. I deep cleaned his bathroom so good, y'all, that his roommate literally came out of his room and told him that they just needed a woman's touch because I cleaned it. I cleaned the bathroom so good, y'all. Like, literally, the bottom of the toilet was scrubbing that. Like, I literally cleaned that bathroom so good. I was a good girlfriend. Like, I was a great fuck good. I was a great girlfriend. I was cooking. I was cleaning. I mean, that's really it. I mean, I was buying him stuff too, paying for haircuts. Like, I was a great girlfriend. Like, how could you fumble me? Honestly, how could you? I don't know. But anyways, he fumbled real bad. Things weren't the same. I was not seeing him as often. We were not falling asleep on the phone anymore. He would call me at night, and then when he thought I was asleep, hang up. So like things just weren't the same, but I still had no real proof that this man was cheating. So one day in December, sometime in December, I was in the shower, and this was before Christmas. We haven't got to Christmas yet, but he had already purchased my gift. I had already purchased his. And I feel like I'm all over the place, but I really hope this story is making sense. And I promise I'm gonna get better at these as I go. But yeah, one day I was in the shower, you guys, and I pray to God. I told him that I had a feeling that my relationship was like falling apart, but I had no proof. And I was like, I need you to give me some proof that this man is cheating, or take him out of my life if he's not for me. Like I said that prayer, y'all. I was like, if this man is cheating, show me the proof so I can move accordingly. If this man is not for me, show me so I could move accordingly. Said that prayer, y'all. And I spent the night at his house like a few days later. It wasn't too long after I said that prayer, y'all. I might have been in the shower getting ready to go over to his house. Like honestly. I can't remember it all happened so fast, but either the next day, that night, or a few days later, I spent the night at his house, y'all. He had work that morning. I didn't work. He woke up early that morning for work, kissed me goodbye, and I went to sleep after he left for work. I woke up a few hours later, y'all, and he had this broke phone. Ooh. Ooh, I got a Charlie horse in my foot. So yeah, my foot's better now, y'all. He went to work. I stayed the night at his house. I woke up a few hours later, and I seen his old broken phone was like going off back to back to back to back. And this specific phone that he had, y'all, it barely worked. Like the screen was all green and cracked up. Like this phone, only sometimes did this phone turn on, but it was literally going off. Like I could tell he was getting notifications back to back to back to back to back to back. So I picked up the phone, y'all. I didn't even have to push no buttons, no nothing, y'all. So that's how I know God just be on my side, because when I picked up the phone, the screen just turned on, and it showed that Emily called this man's phone 10 times, y'all. 10 times. Like, literally. I remember Emily called this man's phone 10 times, and that's not even the thing that shocked me the most. The thing that shocked me the most was what Emily's name was saved as. Emily's name had a red heart next to it with a world emoji. Y'all, I was appalled. Literally, like, I didn't know what to do. Mind you, I'm at this man's house. I'm forgetting the part. I'm at this man's house. I did not bring my charger. I had the new iPhone 15, y'all. So y'all know that phone, it got a new charger port. So I was shit out of luck. I did not have my charger. My phone was already dead. So yeah, I either had to wait for him to get there or catch the bus back to my house really quick, get on the phone, and curse him out. And the second thing, that's what I did, y'all. I was debating for a little minute if I wanted to stay at his house and wait for him to get back, but his shift was too damn long, and I needed to get this off my chest right then and there. Like, he needed to be cursed out right then and there. So I packed my shit up. I should have took the shoes with me, but I didn't. I packed my ish up. I'm getting sick. Like, as I'm telling the story time, I'm getting more and more sick. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I should have stayed at his house, but I didn't. I packed my stuff up because my phone was dead, and I wanted to confront him right then and there. So I packed my stuff up. I went to the bus stop, and I just sat there and waited for the next bus. And I went home. So yeah, as soon as I got home, I put my phone on the charger, and I immediately called him and started cursing him out, y'all. I don't remember what he said. I don't remember much. I remember him not having much to say. And he definitely did not fight for me to stay with him. I remember that. But yeah, he didn't really have much to say. He was kind of shocked at first, like trying to deny it. But then when I said I seen her name and what it was saved at, he was like, "Oh shit, I'm caught." Like he didn't have much to say after that. So yeah, we already knew what we were getting each other for Christmas. So I agreed to meet him after his shift, to exchange our gifts. Yeah, when I went there, we talked about what I had seen, what I had found out. I asked him if they had, you know what, y'all, and he said, yeah, they did. I asked him how many times this nigga gonna laugh at me, y'all, and say a couple times. I just remember smacking him. December is when I found out he was cheating on me. They had, you know what, he didn't really fight for me to stay. And I was so heartbroken, but I did not stand my ground like I should have, y'all. Do not be like me. Him cheating on me was not enough for me to leave, y'all. It was not enough. I still wanted to stay. I told him that we can work things out. Like, this is something that we could get through. Because at this time, I had the mindset that every man's gonna cheat. So why start over? Like, why not just deal with this cheater? So yeah, I had that mindset. I don't have that mindset anymore. But yeah, that's the mindset that I had back then. So I told him that this like wasn't a deal breaker for me. Like, this is something that we could get through. And he said, okay, y'all. He was telling me that he wanted to fix his mistake. He wanted to move on. He wanted to make things right. But he would not block Emily, y'all. So yeah, he kept saying it's nothing, it's nothing. I'm like, how is it nothing? You literally cheated on me with this girl. Like, it is something. I don't want y'all following each other. Like, what the... Literally, he would block this girl in front of my face. And then later I found out that she was unblocked. I remember DMing this girl. I had DM'd her and I was like, you know that me and Brian are a thing. Like, you need to leave him alone. What's going on between y'all two? I can't remember exactly what I said. And I did not save any of these messages because this was my real life. Like, at this point when I was going through it, I wasn't thinking like, I'm going to do a story time on this situation. So yeah, I don't have any of these DMs, but I do remember texting the girl and asking like, why won't you just leave him alone? You know, he got a girl, like, leave him alone. And she told me that she thinks it would be best coming from him, and she just left it at that. And I brought that to his attention. I don't remember what he said, y'all, but I know I stayed like a dummy. So yeah, at this point we were not fighting because he cheated. We were fighting because he was telling me that he wanted to fix the relationship, but he was not making the steps to fix the relationship. Eventually I gave up, you guys. I said that if he didn't want to block her and she's not pre-go, if you have no real reason to keep her in your life, like if you say you want me and you want to be with me but you won't block her, like, I'm done. Like, I'm not about to keep playing these games with you. So I decided that I was done. And going into the new year, it was hard, y'all, but I decided that I was done. And he let me leave, y'all. No fighting at all. He let me go. And that broke my heart all over again, like all over again. Some days I would be cool with leaving him alone and going no contact, and some days I just did not stand on business, and I texted this man's phone and he would take me back every single time. So going into the new year of 2024, I remember telling myself that I was done and I was going no contact, but that was so hard. And then he ended up texting me saying that he missed me and he was sorry. He was still denying the pregnancy. He told me that he was going to make things right and block her. After that, y'all, I was a dumb A. Even after finding out that he cheated, after all the BS that happened with him cheating and him not blocking the girl for me, even though I asked, like, after everything, I took him back, y'all. When he told me that he loved her, but he loved me more, and he wanted to be with me, and he was sorry, I took him back like a dummy. But I still didn't like trust him how I did in our first relationship. I was just broken, and I think I just wanted him. Like, I don't know what it was, but it still wasn't like our relationship wasn't there. Like, I was still doubting everything. I was still like, it wasn't a fun time. Like, it wasn't. I should have just. It was better for me to be broken than to keep dealing with, are you still doing what you were doing? Like, you know? than to fight for that relationship. It's better to just like, looking back, it was better for me to just stay broken and heal and go no contact than to sit in that relationship, because I was hurting either way. Like, with or without him in my life, I was hurting either way. So I should have just hurt without him instead of hurting with him. Like, him being in my life, choosing me, didn't really make it no better. Um, so yeah, sometime during this time of me, sorry, I'm getting real comfortable. Sometime during this time of me taking him back, he got me into his job at Dunkin', because by this time we had both stopped working at Chick-fil-A. I'm kind of missing a lot in this story time, like a lot of the kind of big things, but regardless, the relationship just got real toxic. And again, I was already going through a lot when it came to my father's death, so I really don't remember a lot. I just remember it being really toxic, and I put up with so much stuff that I shouldn't have had put up with. Um, so yeah, sometime during this time, he ended up getting me into his job at Dunkin'. Um, and we were supposed to be working on our relationship, like starting over. He told me that he blocked her, but by this point I was blocked off her page as well, so I couldn't even see if they were blocked for real. So I had asked one of my friends to check to see if they were still following each other, and they were, y'all. So I went off. I was thinking, like, why the hell did you come back into my life to just play with me some more? Like, that's basically what you're doing. You came back into my life to play with me some more, to lie to me some more. I went off, and he was using the same excuse. It's nothing. Like, he's tired of me questioning him. Like, it's nothing. It's nothing going on. Like, I can trust him. I'm like, trust you? How can I trust you and you just cheated on me? Like, what? I don't want y'all following each other, and that's just that. Point blank, period. And this, when I tell y'all, during this time, this man was arguing his case down on why it was okay to still follow this girl that he cheated on me with. And me being the dummy that I was just arguing back with him, not standing my ground. There should never even been no argument. Point blank, period. I was right. If you want to work things out with me, get rid of the problem. I put up with too much shit that now I would never, ladies, don't be like me. That was another fight that we were having. I was just sick in the head, not knowing my self-worth, wanted him to fight for me the way I was fighting for him, wanted him to block the girl, still wanted him. Like, it was just not it. So that was another fight that we was having at this point. I was fighting for my relationship, fighting for things to work out. And yeah, just don't be like me. Know your worth. There's plenty of dudes out here, and you don't gotta settle for trash. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, I don't remember what day this was, but I was at work at one of his stores. He was the manager at, and he came in one day. I don't believe we weren't together at this point, but I seen him, and I went to the bathroom, and he texted my phone, and he was like, "Stop being childish. Our manager's here, and she's looking for you." And I was like, "Well, I told the front that I was stepping off, and I'm not being childish. Get the F off my phone." So yeah, we were arguing over text while we were both there at work, and then somehow, I don't remember how, y'all, but I brought up the pregnancy thing again. I was like, "You're saying that you want to work things out with me. You're saying she's not pregnant. Like, is she pregnant? Why won't you block this girl? Why won't you leave this girl alone for me?" And that's when, while we're at work, y'all, that's when this man finally tells me, yeah, he said that she was pregnant. So this man told me that, yeah, she was pregnant, but I gave her the money to get rid of it. So I still went off. As soon as our GM left, y'all, I went to the back, smacked fire out his ass, y'all. Like, literally smacked fire out his ass, and I just started going off. So yeah, he finally admits that she was pregnant, but he sent the money to get rid of it, and they're planning on having an abortion. So yeah, I'm going off. I said that I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna go off on her too, and he's basically just telling me I'm sorry, like I want you, da da da. And I was like, no, F you, I'm going off, y'all. So sometime during that shift I ended up texting her, and I was like, as soon as you have that abortion, I'm beating your ass. This bitch texted me, y'all, abortion question mark. Who told you we were getting that? Y'all, so that was another thing. This man lied to me about sending the money for an abortion. I guess he just didn't want to be 100% honest with me, because I don't know, but that was a lie, y'all. There was never a plan to get an abortion. When I tested her that, she was like, abortion? So yeah, I went off on him about that too. But yeah, the story doesn't even end here, y'all. Like, even after that, I still was like, okay, we can work through this. This is something we can work through. Like, I was so hurt and just not the woman that I am today. Like, I would never ever tell a nigga it's okay after they had a baby on me. We can work on this. Like, it's gonna be alright. Like, I would never. But yeah, the story don't end there, y'all. Even after I found out that she was pregnant and he lied about her getting an abortion, I still was gonna stay. Me and her got into it a few times. Like, the story does not end there, but that's how I found out that I was being cheated on and that he had got the girl pregnant. If y'all want a part two on what happens next after I found out that she was pregnant, let me know, because like I said, the story does not end there. Her friends were blowing up my phone like I was the bad guy for trying to stay in my relationship. um like, it just, the story goes on, more ish happened, but not pertaining to how I found out he was cheating and how I found out she was pregnant. That's what this video is about. So yeah, I feel like this story time was all over the place. It's not really my best one, but more story times to come, and as the story times do come, I will get better. Which I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. It was crazy, a crazy time in my life. I feel like I didn't even really give this story as much justice as I should have, because it was just a lot. Like, this whole situation was just a lot. Like, it was a lot. I ended up going to his job one of the days and taking my coat back that I got him for Christmas. Like, the story, like I said, the story does not end at me finding out she was pregnant and leaving alone. Like, I ain't leave him alone. I didn't. I am a little embarrassed that I even did that. Like, girl, you was going that hard over that man. Ew. Like, I'm so embarrassed that that was me once upon a time, but that's not me now, so I don't give a flying. You could never get that out of me now. Like, you could never. You cheat on me now, I'm just gonna let you go. I might be hurt. I'm gonna be hurt about it, but I'm not crashing out as bad as I did about that man for anybody ever again. Like, ever again. Ever again, y'all. I went out so sad behind that man. Like, so sad. But you live and you learn. Like I said, that was my first real relationship. Um, so yeah, you live and you learn. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Regardless of it kind of being all over the place. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. You guys better have learned something from the story time. Don't be like me. Don't be a crash out like me. Just stay hurt, live in that hurt, feel that pain, cry it out, do whatever you gotta do, but don't be like me and fight for the relationship. Leave that man alone, okay? Leave that man alone. You'll be okay. I'm still single, but I'm okay. Okay. So yeah, like I said, that was the end of this story time. If you guys want a part two of what happened after I found out she was pregnant, let me know. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, join the growing family. More story times to come. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you guys leave a like so that I know that you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, join the growing family. We're on the road to 500, so let's get there. Subscribe, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. And again, happy new year, happy 2025. Cheers to 2025. I hope this year brings you guys everything that you're hoping for. Yeah, I just hope that this is an overall great year for all of us. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next vloggy vlog. Mwah. See ya.